In this video, we listed the 5 best mirrorless cameras that are available on the market for their true quality. Actually, I tried to make the list based on their popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinions and more. If you need more information about these products, please check the description section below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get future reviews. It's done, let's dive into the video. Number 1. Sony Alpha 7.4. Sony's A7 9/10 wired recommends is a 33 megapixel, full-frame camera capable of incredibly sharp images, with excellent dynamic range and the best autofocus system on the market. It's compact and light enough to carry all day without back strain, and the grip is comfortable. The 5-axis image stabilization means you can handhold it in lower light, and the wide range of 4K video options make it the best all-around video and stills combo on this page. There are better still cameras, see the Sony A7RV below, and better video cameras, but nothing else combines the two quite as well. What I don't like about it, or any other Sony, is the labyrinthine menu system. Luckily there are enough customizable buttons that it's not too difficult to set things up, so you never need to dive into the menus. My only hesitation buying this right now would be that the successor, the A7V, is rumored to be coming in early 2025. Number 2. Sony Alpha 7RV. The A7RV has a massive 61 megapixel full-frame sensor, the largest sensor you can get, unless you opt for medium format cameras. If that's not enough, there's a 16-shot, high-resolution mode that can create 240MP images, so long as your subject is static, e.g., a landscape. The dynamic range in the A7RV is outstanding, and the ability to recover detail in the shadows is something you'll only believe once you do it yourself. The autofocus speed and intelligence are nice, particularly the eye detect. The viewfinder is huge and bright, and, although this might sound strange, an option for smaller RAW files. Fully uncompressed RAW files from this sensor run around 125 megabytes per image. There are now options to shoot large, medium, or small lossless compressed RAW files. Number 3. Nikon Z63 mirrorless camera. Nikon Z63 brings most of the flagship features of Nikon's for more expensive Z8 and Z9 to the Z6 line. The Z63 8/10 wired recommends features Nikon's 24 megapixel partially stacked CMOS sensor, very fast and accurate 3D subject tracking system, and ProRes encoding for video, making it one of the best hybrid photo-video cameras on the market. They're partially stacked, that means you get some of the performance benefits of a stacked CMOS sensor, like those found in the Nikon Z8 and Z9, but not the downsides, or at least fewer of the downsides. Stacked sensors, stack the processing circuits right on top of the sensor itself. Technically it's behind the sensor, which means the RAM is directly tied into the sensor, making for incredibly fast readout. This is what allows high-end cameras to shoot upwards of 12 RAW images per second without the viewfinder blacking out. The downside to stacked sensors is that you run into some rolling shutter distortion with moving objects, and there is often less dynamic range. The Z63's partially stacked sensor is an attempt to lessen those downsides, and it mostly works. The 5.76 million dot viewfinder has a blazing fast 120Hz refresh rate and is insanely bright and wonderful. It supports full HDR color space. The back panel isn't bad either, with a 2.1 million dot display and full articulation, which makes it easy to shoot video from pretty much any angle. The main downside here is the Z63 has about a stop less of dynamic range than its competitors, but in actual real-world use, I didn't find this to be a factor. Number 4. Nikon ZF camera. The Nikon ZF 8/10 wired recommends is the camera I would buy if I were in the market for a new camera. I grew up in the film era, and I am still more comfortable turning dials and knobs than I am using touchscreens. The Nikon ZF offers just that. Every setting you need to make an image is accessible on a dial or knob: ISO, aperture, shutter speed, and exposure compensation. There's also a switch to change shooting modes and another to change to black and white mode or video mode. The ZF looks like a 1980s film camera, but the 24-megapixel sensor and speedy autofocus system is decidedly modern and very nearly as good as the Nikon Z63 above. There's no beefy grip to hold onto, though you can buy one, and I hate that Nikon doesn't give you a battery charger, but otherwise the Nikon ZF is a fantastic camera. I suggest the version with the 40mm lens, which pairs well with this body. Number 5. Canon EOS R. The Canon EOS R is a mirrorless option for people who loved their DSLRs. It's a hefty beast, with a solid feel that reminds me of what I used to love about film cameras. Even the on-off switch is made of metal. The sensor is typically Canon, which is to say sharp, with good contrast and the characteristic Canon color rendering. It's slightly warmer in tone than some of the others here. Their phase detect autofocus is fast and accurate. One thing I really like is that when you change lenses there's a cover that swings out to protect the sensor from dust. The exception is if you have an adapter and you remove the lens but not the adapter. Every camera on this list would benefit from adopting this feature. The R-mount lens system uses a very wide base diameter, like the Nikon system, and achieves similar results. There are fast R lenses around. The better news for those already invested in Canon glass is that there's a $99 adapter that will let you affix just about any older Canon lens to the R.